For 10 years, the words Apple and gaming in the same sentence were the biggest joke in the tech industry. You've heard it. I've said it. It's just a phone chip in a box. It throttles. It has no games. Well, stop laughing. Because if the leaks dropping this week from Bloomberg and McRumors are real, Apple just stop joking around. We aren't looking at a streaming box anymore. We are looking at the A17 Pro Apple TV. And according to the code found in tvOS 19.4 yesterday, it has a secret weapon called Game Mode Pro that turns this tiny black coaster into a legitimate PlayStation competitor. Let's break down the leaks, the Silicon Trinity, and why 2026 is the year your console might get replaced. Okay, let's get into the guts of this thing. We need to talk about what 9to5Mac calls the Silicon Trinity. First, the heart of the beast is the A17 Pro chip. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's the chip from the iPhone 15 Pro, right? Yes. But you have to understand physics. In a phone, that chip is trapped in a glass sandwich in your pocket. It gets hot, and it slows down after 10 minutes of gaming. That is called thermal throttling. But, and this is huge, Ice Universe on Twitter leaked the schematics for the new Apple TV's cooling system. It uses an active fan and a massive heatsink. This means the A17 Pro can run at peak speed forever. It never throttles. It is basically an iPhone on steroids connected to wall power. That is a massive difference in raw graphical horsepower. Part 2 of the Trinity is the RAM. According to Ming Chi Kuo, Apple has tripled their orders for 8GB memory modules for the home division. Why 8GB? Simple. Apple Intelligence. The old Apple TVs had 4GB. That's fine for Netflix, but it can't run AI. With 8GB, this box meets the threshold. It can run the large language models on device. This means Siri on your TV will finally actually understand you. You can say, "Find me that sci-fi movie where the guy fights the shark," and it just works. But all of that hardware means nothing without the software. And this is the viral hook that has everyone freaking out. McRumors found code strings in the latest beta for something called Game Mode Pro. Here is how it works. Normally, your Apple TV is doing a dozen things at once. Syncing iCloud photos, updating HomeKit, checking for emails. When you launch an AAA game, like Resident Evil or Death Stranding, Game Mode Pro kills everything else. It shuts down background tasks. It suspends photo syncing. It gives 100% of the GPU and CPU to the game. This enables hardware, accelerated ray tracing on a box that fits in your hand. We are talking about real reflections, real lighting, and stable frame rates at 4K. So, the big question is whether this is a PS5 killer. Let's be realistic. A PlayStation 5 draws 200 watts of power. This Apple TV draws maybe 15. It is not going to beat a PS5 in raw power. But does it need to? Think about the price. Bloomberg's Mark Gurman suggests this will start around $149 or $199. If you can get 85% of the graphics of a PS5 for half the price in a box that is silent and invisible, that is a console killer for the casual gamer. And it's not just games. Shrimp Apple Pro leaked the new N1 chip. This brings Wi-Fi 7 and Thread support. This means zero latency streaming. If you use Xbox Cloud Gaming or GeForce Now, this box is going to be the best streaming device on the planet, period. Now, I have to be honest about the downsides. There is one big trap: storage. If the base model is only 64GB, do not buy it. A modern game like NBA 2K is 100GB. You literally cannot install it. You will be forced to buy the 128GB or 256GB model. Also, the Apple tax on games. Are you going to pay $70 for a game on the App Store that you can't play on your Xbox? That is a hard sell. So, who is this for? If you are a hardcore gamer who needs 120 frames per second and every pixel perfect, keep your PS5. But for everyone else, for the families, the students, the people who just want to play FIFA or Call of Duty on the weekend without a giant ugly plastic tower in their living room, this might be the perfect machine. The hardware is ready. The A17 Pro is a beast. Game Mode Pro is genius. Now, we just wait for the games. What do you think? Would you trade your console for an Apple TV if it could really run GTA 6? Let me know in the comments down below. I'll be doing a full hands-on review the second this drops. So make sure you are subscribed. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.